You've decided that you're going to be a good person and self-quarantine to make sure that you don't get the virus and make sure you don't give it to anyone else at the same time. So you've decided to spend your spring break playing video games. Now, maybe you're just going to work on your existing back catalog, or maybe you're going to pick up one of the new games that are due out this Friday. You got either Doom Eternal or Animal Crossing. Maybe you'll pick up neither. Maybe you'll pick up both. Let's take a look at the reviews and determine whether or not these games are worth picking up. This is not a review. This is the review of the reviews for these games. So let's start off with Doom Eternal, because you can actually pick this game up today at GameStop, or you can wait till midnight and get it digitally, especially if you've already pre-downloaded. Scores are very solid so far. 26 people weighing in on the PC version, giving it an 89. 21 critics weighing in on the PlayStation 4 version, giving it an 87. And the Xbox One version, with only 18 critics, has a score of 90. So that's pretty interesting. And if you are familiar with Doom 2016, chances are you're going to want to play this year's Doom as well. It's exactly the game that you were expecting. I've been fortunate enough to actually get to play demos of this game, and it's just a much more fast-paced version than the previous game, with a lot more stuff, a lot more collectibles, a lot more demons to kill, a lot more options for upgrades, a lot more weapons, and all of the good stuff that you would be expecting from this kind of shooter. I'm probably going to actually play this on Xbox One. That's where I purchased it. I kind of feel like I'm going to miss having a mouse and keyboard, but I feel like I really want to play it on my big television because the graphics look so incredibly good. I'm sure it's going to be a little too challenging for me with a controller, but I'm still going to play it there. Taking a look at the highest rated review, Cube3 says, "This isn't just a sequel. The demons are far more aggressive, the legions have been reinforced with some new baddies, and the Slayers become an even more dangerous opponent. With more ways at its disposal to destroy everything in its path to invaders, this almost feels like an entirely new experience, as every single aspect of its predecessor has seen an upgrade or a revision." On the flip side, the lowest rated review I could find, scoring the game at a 70, says that sometimes the open combat arenas don't always grab your attention, that the upgrade system is a little bit convoluted and difficult to understand at points, and then when it comes down to certain enemies and certain monster types, it really does slow down the flow. The biggest complaint seems to be the story, though. But even this reviewer does have to note that nobody comes to Doom for the story, and even though the story in Doom 2016 had its appeal, it doesn't really matter if this game has much of a story or not, as long as it's got plenty of things to kill and the combat is fun. That's why people play Doom. If the story is there, that's a bonus, but it really doesn't have to be. I do think it's definitely worth recognizing that this game is a true single-player experience with multiplayer option as well. But when it comes to the single-player game, you're not going to deal with any microtransactions. You're not going to deal with any BS. There is a year one pass and an $80 version, or maybe $90 version of the game that you can get. That's going to include 2 DLCs in the first year. Again, we know nothing about those DLCs, so I think it's probably best to just buy the basic version now, and when those DLCs come out, if they're worth it, pick them up then. And once you're done with the single player campaign, it looks like there is a good amount of multiplayer to be played as well, a lot more than there was in Doom 2016. And I'm sure eventually this is where they're going to put their microtransactions, if there's ever going to be any. But who knows? As it is right now, you can play the single-player version of the game and never worry about spending another dime unless you want those expansion passes, DLCs. And when it comes to the multiplayer, there are rewards like player skins and weapon skins, nameplates, podiums, and other things to personalize your experience in the single-player campaign. But you'll need a Bethesda account to unlock this stuff while you're playing through the single-player or the multiplayer version of the game. So you can play the game offline if you want to, but if you want those rewards, you'll need to create a Bethesda account. But if you do choose to play the game online, that allows you to do modes like battle mode and invasion and other stuff that you can't do without an internet connection. If you're buying the Nintendo Switch version, for example, you probably want to be connected to the internet while you're playing. So whereas I know a lot of people thought that Doom Eternal would be doomed to failure, it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like it's reviewing very well. It seems like it's got a great single-player campaign, and once you're done doing that, you can play the multiplayer version as well. So I will definitely be playing this game tonight when it launches. I might even be streaming it on Twitch. Then on the very opposite side of gaming, you've got Animal Crossing New Horizons, and this game seems to be exactly as cute and exactly as adorable as we expected it to be, and it's exactly as Animal Crossing as you were probably hoping for or expecting at this point. The reviews look really good so far. Setting in at a 91 on Metacritic with 51 total critical reviews, this seems to be a must-play game if you're a fan of the series. Taking a look at the highest-rated review, Cubed 3 again, they say, as in the past games, this is rich with culture, community, humor, and charm. There's a reason why the series has such a dedicated fan base, and with such hype, there's always the worry that the expectations may not match reality. However, New Horizons exceeds expectations in every way. It proves to be the ideal gateway game for many people, and with added touches of magic, Animal Crossing New Horizons is perfect for players new and old. And according to pretty much every review I've seen, this is the best Animal Crossing so far. If you're a collector, there's a ridiculous number of things to collect. If you want to craft stuff, you can do it here. If you want to decorate, if you want to customize, customization is higher than it's ever been in any previous game, allowing you to even terraform the island. And yes, there are even multiplayer functions so you can play with your friends. Now, it doesn't mean the game is perfect. Obviously, if Animal Crossing doesn't appeal to you, then you're not going to want to play this game. If you're not into life simulation, friendship simulation, and busy work, then this game is just not going to appeal to you. But if it does, this is a very good version of what that kind of game has to offer, it appears. When we take a look at the most negative reviews, they do point out things like the very slow nature of this game. It is much slower to reveal new features than there have been in previous Animal Crossing games, that a lot of the unlockables you will unlock very, very slowly. The multiplayer is fairly chaotic, and a lot of people are frustrated that you can't go to other people's towns to explore their towns. I've also heard that if you have one Nintendo Switch in your home, everybody's forced to basically work on and develop the same town, even if you have multiple accounts on that Switch. I don't know if that'll change in the future, but it doesn't seem like a huge deal, especially since you can always mess with the clock inside your Switch to move forward in time to get access to other stuff, different times of the year. But that's not how most people want to play Animal Crossing anyway. I think most people are just going to play it as it comes. So it looks like we've got two great choices for games to play if you guys are interested during your self-quarantine, and hopefully you are keeping yourself healthy and safe. It doesn't matter if you want to slay demons or befriend animals. I think I'm going to end up doing both. I would think I'm going to spend my day playing Doom Eternal, and then I'm going to spend my nights laying in bed with this particular animal, befriending other animals. Let me know which game you're picking up, or if you're going to pick up either, in the comments section below. It's good to see games like this coming out, single-player and multiplayer experiences with no microtransactions, no BS. You can just buy the game for retail and then go play your heart's content. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak to you again soon. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, let me know in the comments section below. Do you want to see more videos like this as games come out this year? Because I sure would like to make them.